Here in Tampa, Florida for the 2012 GOP convention. Honored to be joined by the governor of Texas, Rick Perry. Governor Perry, good to see you, sir.
Yes, sir. It's good to be with you.
So the other day I interviewed the incoming Speaker of the House, Will Weatherford, the Speaker of the House of Florida. He said that he would put up Florida's respect for the Second Amendment, the residents' use of the guns, over Texas's. Now, as the #1 Texan, will you quibble with that?
It is good to have that kind of competition. Rick Scott, who is one of the great governors in this country, we were over here about 10 days ago doing a little fishing tournament with him, and I will admit he caught more fish than I did, but we caught the bigger one.
Fair enough.
So,
well, everything's bigger in Texas.
Great competition, and that's a perfect juxtaposition and between these two competing camps. Washington, D.C., as we know it today with Obama, and the Mitt Romney camp and the Republicans who are respecters of the Second Amendment. And you got the Obama administration, which you would think the Second Amendment wasn't even written into our Constitution. This powerful distinction between the Obama administration, the Romney administration, on the Second Amendment. If you are a Second Amendment loving American, this ought not even be a question of who you're going to vote for. Mitt Romney wins hands down.
Well, when you add Paul Ryan to the ticket, who's an avid hunter, a noodler in Oklahoma, your neighboring state.
Isn't that awesome? When we were working on some economic issues together, he got real serious with one of my staffers, and he said, "Hey, I want you to tell the governor something. Tell him thank you for signing that noodling bill this last year in Texas." Because he comes down to Oklahoma and Lake Texoma, and it was prohibited in Texas, and we got that taken care of. And I told him, I said, not only can you come to Texas and noodle, you can also come and shoot pigs out of helicopters now.
As our friend Ted Nugent says, Governor, have you noodled before?
Probably when I was a little boy,
okay.
But I greatly appreciate Congressman Ryan's interest and vivaciousness when it comes to going after things underneath those muddy rocks and what have you. But I think I'm going to keep my hands up above the water.
Fair enough. Governor, can we talk about energy policy for a second? When you talk about the Obama administration, you talk about an EPA that's doing whatever it can to shut down fossil fuels, coal, oil. Considering the rich history of energy production in your state, what more could you do in Texas if you had the government, if they got out of your way?
Well, not only in Texas, but in North Dakota and Pennsylvania, New York, and maybe other places that we don't know yet because we have the innovation to be able to find these fossil fuels. Simply make America independent of these foreign sources of energy like Venezuela or some of these Middle Eastern countries that do not have our best interest in mind. Being freed up from that burden, plus all the jobs that would be created, I mean the wealth that would be created in this country. I have no idea how this administration can stop the drilling in the Gulf. They can stop the exploration in our public lands, can stop the XL pipeline. How that administration can look the American people in the eye and say, we are not going to allow you the jobs, the economic freedom, or the energy independence. I mean, to me, that's just unconscionable. So Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan understand intuitively, you want to get America back working, you want to get America secure from a standpoint of strategic security, you drill for the oil and gas, you use the coal, you use the fossil fuels, you expand American energy in all the different forms, but particularly our fossil fuels. That's the real way to energy independence.
One more question, sorry. Governor, when we walked in, you were talking about the concentration of CEOs in your state. When President Obama says you didn't build that, what do these CEOs say back to you?
Well, they know that. This president let slip out, I think, a philosophical belief that he has, that government is the answer to a host of different issues that are out there, whether it's how to educate your children, how to build transportation infrastructure, how to deliver health care, how to deal with environmental issues. We fundamentally disagree with that. We believe the states are substantially better places to make those decisions and to free America up from all of these one-size-fits-all bureaucratically controlled decisions that the Obama administration wants to foist upon the American people.
Governor, thanks for your time, sir.
You're welcome. Good to see you.